Hey, we're the leaf cutters, here to lend a hand for novice cigar smokers with tips so grand. Not pros, but we'll guide you right in our porch cigar lounge, light up the night. Reach out, chat along, smoke with us where you belong. So grab a cigar, come on and stay. In our back porch lounge, we'll show you the way. The leaf cutters, together we'll ignite. With tips and tricks, we'll light up your night.
Everybody, and welcome back to the Back Porch Lounge. We are the Leaf Cutters, and we are not professionals, but we're here to help. Today in the Back Porch Lounge, we actually have a special guest, Billy.
Hello.
Billy used to be on a podcast with me and Grim back in the day called Deja Redo. And well, Robert was on there a couple of times. Andy was actually on a couple episodes too. But it was about, movies being remade, redone, all kind of bullshit that was coming out of Hollywood, and it hasn't stopped since then. So
It's only gotten worse.
It's only gotten worse. So we, as the Leaf Cutters, we want to get in on the bitching action because we kind of missed that show. So today we're going to take you through some of the stuff that we've been seeing, and we hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a little bit different. But today we are going to be smoking a Penny cigar.
Yay!
Penny's Publick House. And go ahead and say something, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It's the Joya De Nicaragua, the Antaño? Yeah.
Antaño.
I've heard good things about the cigar. Actually, I've heard good things about Joya De Nicaragua, period. Joya De anything, really, I've heard good things about. So I'm looking forward to this one. And as we light up, Robert has a question.
So, a couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to have a Aganorsa lunatic. And this thing was massive. And after I was done smoking, I was okay. But then, as I found like 5-10 minutes go by, I was not okay. Started getting lightheaded, I started woozy and all that shit. So I'm just wondering, why is it that some cigars produce that effect and some don't?
That's a great question.
It's a great question that I think we all have experience on. Go ahead.
You feel that answer.
Okay, go ahead, Grim. You can feel that answer first.
Because some cigars are bad as shit and others are not.
I mean,
There you go.
there's the answer. No need to go any further.
Yep.
I think I'll take a stab at it. So the reason why, some cigars you may feel lightheaded or anything after smoking it versus others is it could be, it's a number of different factors, honestly. It could be that, maybe you're smoking a heavier cigar than you're normally smoking. The nicotine content of that cigar could be higher than what you're used to. It could be the fact that, you have a cold. That'll have a factor into it as well. Because, it'll restrict your airways a little bit. You get a little bit more lightheaded. But, there's a number of factors. I do know that, sometimes a, bigger ring gauge cigar can contain, more smoke as well. So the smoke factor can actually make you a little bit dizzy sometimes. So it's really a matter of, what you're used to smoking, compound with the amount of nicotine that's in the particular cigar. There's quite a few things that can factor into that, but for the most part, it's usually for me personally, it's usually the higher nicotine content. If it has a higher nicotine content, I'm not aware of it, that'll put me on my butt pretty quick.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Beaten.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good answer, I think.
I like my answer better, I'm not gonna lie.
some cigars are more badass than others.
Some cigars are just more badass.
I mean,
Knock you on your ass.
when I smoked the Rocky Patel that Billy gave me over here, it was called a B-52, which a B-52 is a bomber. So
Did it bomb?
Didn't feel it until you were done.
it bombed my ass.
They dropped a bomb on me, baby.
Baby.
Wow. The entire.
Yeah, that was it was a sneak up on
Yeah.
because it was a mild cigar for the most part of it. It wasn't until I got to the last third of it that it just like, oh my god, I feel sick to my stomach. Robert, on the other end, has a very funny story about his experience with his Aganorsa,
It's down.
the lunatic.
Yeah, the lunatic.
Yeah.
That's the one. Because after we were done filming, which I didn't, my camera dropped off, so I wasn't on that. But I was fine. Andy, remember telling me, I want to see Robert stand up. I stood up, no problem. And after we had done shooting, I was putting everything up, got the computer inside, mic, everything inside. I went to the table. I'm standing there all of a sudden, it's like, oh shit. This ain't good.
Haul ass to the bathroom.
Well, I never threw up now. I never touched it. But I got in the shower, I turned it on. I have a gauge on my shower now that tells me the temperature. And normally when I'm in it, it's about 110.
Yeah.
I had that thing down to like 80, 79. Just still profuse. I got out and I'm sweating. I'm like, oh no. I had to text my wife and say, look, if you want dinner, bring it home. I might eat something later, but I got to crash. Oh man.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have any awesome experiences like that?
I have one.
I was gonna say, not that I'm gonna recount it.
Right after you, go ahead.
I'm not sure I want to share it, but I will tell you the first time that a cigar kicked my ass. I was smoking on the back porch of a condo I had in Knoxville, and it was
Appropriate.
I don't know, like November, December. It was cold enough I was wearing a big Carhartt jacket, and it wasn't much of a cigar. I think it was like a short story or one of that series, and I guess I just hadn't eaten. But I was out there enjoying the evening, and then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, it's warm. I'm like, flip off my jacket and about ready to take my shirt off and sit out there almost nude, and I'm like, oh, that's a big cigar. It wasn't a big cigar, it just hit me really hard. But that's when I learned that I needed to eat before I had a cigar.
Was it the Cro-Magnon?
No, it was way before that. I think it was a short story or one in that series.
Okay.
Just for some reason, I wasn't ready for it.
That would kick your ass. I never seen.
Mm-hmm.
That happens.
Well, I got a kind of funny one. I was down in Orlando, and I wanted a cigar. I was looking for the Opus X, but I couldn't find the Opus X. So I went to this cigar shop that was in the downtown part of Universal Studios.
Mm-hmm.
They had a cigar shop in there at that time. That was really cool. So I went and got a Cohiba Black. And first time I ever had a Cohiba Black. Took it back to the hotel. Get out on the balcony, start smoking it, start feeling really good, get all the way through it. I go to stand up, and I thought I was going to fall over the railing. I turn around immediately, and everything starts coming up. So I am booking it to the bathroom. I'm tripping over, trying to get through the door, trying to slide it open. I'm tripping over, trying to get the carpet that's in there. I think I actually tripped and hit the floor at one point. trying to get to the bathroom. I'm sitting there crawling to the bathroom and finally just hurl.
Ooh.
So I don't think I'm going to have a Cohiba Black or, shrimp ever again.
Oh,
A good combo.
ah,
Combo that night. It definitely
no,
kicked my ass.
yeah, that's happened to me more than once.
Yeah.
I've
Okay, well,
never had that happen. I'm too much of a champion.
What was that, Grant?
Hey, what, Graham?
I said I've never had that happen before because I'm too much of a champion.
Yeah. Uh huh.
I've never actually been sick. I don't know why people talk about it so much.
I don't. The illness is just a classic thing. I don't.
You making up stuff.
I've never been ill before.
Right.
yeah, okay.
So does the government come and steal your blood for research, or is that?
They do it at Dragon Con every year. They say that I'm a blood donor, and that I'm saving lives with it or whatever. But they label it and they ship it off, and then it goes somewhere for vampires.
That makes sense.
To analyze.
I mean, completely plausible.
I believe it.
I have asked the Dragon Con people before if we were actually serving vampire overlords, and they just stared at me like I was an idiot.
I mean, that seems like an excellent cover-up.
Right.
It doesn't it?
I mean, Blade, if anything, Blade, 2 told us the truth.
It was the first one.
No, it was the second one.
Second one.
Because they actually had the blood bank.
Oh, they were in both.
Oh,
Okay, so he had the blood bank shit in the back of his cop cruiser in the beginning of the first one, and they explained the entire blood bank thing.
Yeah, but you saw the blood banks, how they did it, in the second one.
Yeah, they elaborated in the second one.
They much elaborated.
They flat out just showed.
So, light up for the Joya De Nicaragua. For me, it's starting off pretty good. I did do a V cut on it, and I probably can't see it from way back there. But I did a V cut on it. It's not. There's no sweetness to it. To me, it's a classic cigar taste, classic tobacco taste. No frills so far. No pepper. No cardamom.
Damn.
No bubble gum.
No bubble gum.
Get vanilla.
Yeah, no vanilla. It's a classic cigar. So
Man, cigar.
it's definitely a man cigar.
Yeah.
How about you, Andy?
Much the same. I put a straight cut on mine because that's the V cutter I have out here is shit. Because it's plastic. It's got a really good draw to it, so it's. But outside of that, it's burning a little faster than I like. But we've been yapping a little bit more than usual too. So I'm gonna set it down and let it sit for a minute. So I'll stop puffing on it and be done in 30 minutes instead of the usual hour.
Okay.
Or I may pull a Robert. I may just go get another cigar.
Yeah, go. Be your man. We'll get another
I have
one.
a delivery person.
That works.
Nice.
It works out great. Hey, Billy, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with everybody's sentiment. Only thing on mine is the Grand Reserva version, but so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but the draw is a little tighter on this one. So other than that, yeah, pretty much the same as everybody else. Just a nice, smooth cigar. Traditional cigar flavored cigar.
Yeah. Brambles?
Yeah.
Robert?
Okay, we're good.
Jesus.
No, light up was perfect. I'm with Andy. It is burning a little faster. I'm noticing. Little onion, not much. No real aftertaste in the mouth. Flavoring, tasty. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And Zachy Poo.
So I went with a V cut as well. Lit up fine, no issues there. slight unevenness in the burn, but nothing too dramatic so far. Flavor is, it tastes like a Nicaraguan cigar. It has familiarity. I'm getting a little bit of pepper on the retrohale, a little bit of like the thing that comes to mind to describe this is like sweet pork, not like Chinese or anything like that, but like a barbecued pork that's on the sweeter side. Don't know how to describe it any way other than that. I'll work on better words. But good.
You can just go, yeah.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle. It's not like a real powerful thing. It's just like a little bit of a sweet kind of meatiness to it that I'm picking up on.
Freak.
You're full of shit. I don't believe a word you just said.
You don't have to. It might be lying on it. And I'm pairing this with Glenlivet 15 single malt Scotch French Oak Reserve. And a tiny I was given.
Do you have multiples?
No.
Are you stretching that little bottle for this entire thing?
I've got some water also. Yeah, I'm not. Since we moved, I'm not at the liquor store.
And there's plenty around you. You shouldn't have a problem finding liquor.
Water. Never touch the stuff.
Jesus.
Sure. We got what you want.
We got what you want. We got white lightning, clear lightning, that other kind of lightning,
Mountain Dew.
bottle lightning. Mountain Dew.
No, I drank my whiskey collection before we moved, and the only bottle that went with me that had whiskey in it was my Infinity bottle, and it's excellent right now. Like anybody who happens to be in the neighborhood and enjoys hints of peat in their whiskey, I'd be happy to pour you some, but it's a little overpowering for a normal cigar, I think.
I see you soon, Jack. See you soon.
So let's get to our complaints and grievances.
Okay.
Let's a bitching commence.
Let the bitching commence. So I want to start off with Borderlands. All right. Borderlands is based on the video game, of course. Well, it's supposed to be based on the video game.
They do have the same name.
They have the same name.
And many characters that are named the same.
Characters have the same name. And the dress is about the same, kinda. But to me, it's not Borderlands. As a standalone movie, it's decent. It's not terrible. I was entertained. I watched the whole thing. I only bitched a little bit to myself about, well, that didn't happen. What does this have to do with that? No. But
That's not how this works. That's not how any of it works.
implies it's not the video game. As a standalone movie, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
So you're saying if you've never played the video game, like me, I might have to it.
Correct. If you've never played the video game, don't know anything about the storyline of Borderlands, then yeah, you probably enjoy it as a standalone.
Well, they didn't call it Borderlands. They didn't use any of the same characters, and basically, if they made a different movie, it would have been good.
I think that's what they did. I think they started on a premise of a movie and they couldn't get it greenlit, and like they shoehorned their script into a Borderlands world, and that's what we ended up with. And then there's a good chance that the studio edited the crap out of it.
Well, they certainly didn't know what they were doing with casting. Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis, and like, why did they choose?
Powerhouse actresses.
But they are not meant for those roles.
They're not, because their role is for like a 20-year-old. Well,
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is not a 20-year-old.
Right,
She's
but
part of
Kate
30.
Blanchett's
Yeah.
character is like 20-something,
Yeah.
and she's like, what, pushing 60?
Yeah.
I didn't mind Kate Blanchett as in that role, but you're right. You know, these are supposed to be like, you know, young people starting out, you know, in the world. She kind of had like an old hitman kind of vibe.
The director
Kevin Hart's character was supposed to be
complaining about
taller
it,
and built.
ageist.
Kevin Hart's pretty built. He's just not very tall.
No, he's not. He is a very small man compared to the character he was supposed to be playing.
It's pretty bad though. You know, when it got released, the Metacritic average from actual vetted critics, the average was a 0
Right.
for like a week and a half.
I mean, if we're gonna go down in flames, go down in flames.
Yeah, make it a party.
Yeah,
The hint Dirk had it right.
Right.
So basically, let's dig a hole big enough to where it buries yourself as we go in.
Yeah. And I don't think it was like necessarily like the you know, a member of the cast didn't do a good job with what they were given. I think that what they were given was not appropriate.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't Borderlands.
Oh yeah, the actors that were in the movie are great, competent actors, but
Yeah.
they're not meant for those roles. I don't
Right.
really think any of them are.
The girl that played Tina, I thought I've seen her in some other stuff, and I thought she was good in those things. And I was like, well, they just didn't write the Tina character right.
No,
She said badonkadonk once, so that means she's kind of Tina.
I mean,
pretty sure.
it was 5%, 5% Tina.
You get one in there.
Just like most of these directors, and when they get a project like this, it's based off of a video game IP, they come out and admit, oh, we've never actually played the game, or we've never read the book, or we've never done anything with the source material. In fact, we hate the source material. Well, then why the fuck are you doing the movie?
Yeah.
It's like
So-
That check.
The Witcher being another one.
I agree, Captain.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Was it better? Was it still better than anything U-Bowl has directed?
I don't know.
That's tough, Andy. Why you got to give me a tough question?
Because I have no input in this movie because I haven't watched it yet.
I mean,
You gotta watch Borderlands
I
yet?
kind of, I'm going to watch it.
Well, I watched it. I know Zach watched it, and Grim watched it. And me and Grim had a conversation about it offline, and we both agreed, like, as a standalone movie, it was okay, but it was not Borderlands.
Yeah.
And we recommend watching it to anybody. But if somebody asks us about it, it's literally like, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know anybody like personally that I'd be like, you know what, this is your type of movie, go watch it.
Yeah.
Have I got a movie for you, buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Mr. Science Theater people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they make fun of it the entire fucking time.
And
Yeah,
I know that it's like really. It bothered me that it was essentially entirely green. It felt like it was entirely green screen. Like they didn't bother to do anything practical at all. Is the way it
did
felt.
feel like that for a lot of it, yeah.
And I get that the Borderlands universe is kind of over the top and stylized and all that stuff, but it felt like there was a couple times where I started to get into the movie and then like it was just like, oh, this is all in a green screen. This is all. It doesn't even feel like there's anything at stake if they fall into this green stuff,
So did they even build sets? Is the entire, or are they just on a sound studio with a big screen behind them? Is that it?
we recorded it in a parking lot.
Like fake buildings in front of you, so get some depth.
Well, I mean, for me, also, it was too populated. It wasn't a wasteland
yeah.
like Borderlands was. It's like they had full-fledged cities and shit. Borderlands is like literally, like huts and fucking, outposts of just one or two buildings, not full cities and shit.
Borderlands 2 had cities.
Yeah,
One. They had one.
still. When in the Borderland game do you see a full city?
In
That's what
one, there's not really one. In two,
Not one at all. You're in the wasteland the entire time.
Yeah, but Sanctuary's in two.
yeah.
Yeah, in two, but not in one.
Well, they certainly pulled story elements from more than just the first game.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you-
17 is two.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go into that depth of it, then yes, okay, you could say that Sanctuary, yeah. But in Borderlands, the first one, it was Wasteland the entire game.
Yeah. And a couple of different wastelands, but still wasteland.
Yeah, but when you got into that wasteland, again, the cities, quote unquote, are made of huts and dirt mounds, and some kind of like container, whatever. But they're small buildings, one
Yeah.
or two of them, not a whole city.
Yep.
So it's like you kind of took away from there too, because it didn't feel like a wasteland like it's supposed to be.
Why couldn't they go to Tunisia and like film like you know?
Isn't this turns into Star Wars? Come on, man.
There's a Star Wars that way. Which Robert here has a fascinating question about death in movies.
Okay.
About death?
I
Yeah,
feel like I want to answer
You're
this
never
already.
really dead.
Who is
Just
responsible
get big boo-boos in the Disney way.
for the most on-screen deaths in cinematic history?
In one movie or like just
In
period?
one movie.
one
Oh.
movie.
Hmm.
Star Wars.
But
Yeah, I mean,
Grandma-
probably. I was gonna say it's and when he freaking blew up a planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They blew up the
Yep.
planet, they blew up the Death Star. There had to be plenty of people on the Death Star. Like,
By loot, 1.5 million.
but blowing up.
yeah,
that's
so really,
Just one. Do it twice.
no. They blew up the planet.
That's Tarkin. That's a couple of trillion.
Then
Really?
Luke blew up the Death Star.
Death Star.
Yeah.
Then Lando blew up the second Death Star, which was bigger,
Yeah,
But not
never
complete.
Destroying.
but not complete.
there's so many contractors, though. So many contractors.
So many.
So many contractors.
But I was thinking about it on the way home. And which was
Where was
Awakened. The
Yeah.
Force Awakens. General Hux ordered 5 complete star systems destroyed.
That's true.
so?
But do we really care about that part of the sequels? Come on.
So what?
No.
What about
They
Thanos?
nameless planets.
No.
What about the
What about Thanos?
Thanos killed half, but then
half of the universe?
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
But they came back.
It doesn't matter if they came back. It happened though.
Yeah,
So that's half the universe.
yeah.
So
So at least
Universe actually, blows that out of the water.
yeah, Thanos wins.
but then
I think Thanos would
they
win.
didn't state it. That's still the thing. When Tony Stark sacrificed his life, he snapped his fingers,
What?
and every
Tony Stark dies?
what? I didn't see that movie. What?
God damn it.
Someone say spoilers.
it happened.
We're talking Infinity War.
Now let's talk about. Okay, so yeah, I'll give it to them. Yeah,
You know what? I'm a little concerned about that spoiler too, because I feel like it's fictional. We do know that Tony Stark becomes Doctor Doom.
Right?
that is true.
Yeah, so I feel like you're misleading.
That might be a plot hole.
Plot hole.
It's in the script.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
believe it because it's in the script. That's
Yeah.
why it happened.
If you really want to think about it, Disney is responsible for the most on-screen deaths of all time.
That is true.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah,
And they're the
Well,
friendliest
they own
company.
the IP for that,
yeah.
for the most deaths.
Much for the happiest place on earth.
You gonna die.
I mean, if you're dead, do you really care if you're happy or sad?
No.
And skipping the whole philosophical part of that, the whole religious and philosophical, heaven, the hell, etc., etc. If you're dead, do you really care?
It's true. It's true. But I don't know why Disney wants to kill so many people, because they're not there to fund their theme parks. I mean,
They were the people that were trying to get in for free. You didn't pay to get in the park? Put them on Alderaan.
oh shit. I just thought that was a fun little segue since we mentioned Star Wars already. So, rumors that I've heard, but does anybody else have a the movie they want to talk about or video game or something before I go into my rumors?
Sequel, a remake, a reboot.
I'm really upset that you're not keeping the format of Deja Redo. Like, this is really upsetting me.
Well, this isn't Deja Redo. This is Leaf Cutters, brother.
No, you said this was a Deja Redo episode. I was excited, but now I'm just, you do you. I'm quiet.
Did you want to have your argument? Is that what it is?
No. It's okay.
Let him off the thing. Come on.
No.
What's your Deja Redo, Deja Review?
I don't even remember if those were the segments.
What do you think about?
I don't know.
It could have been.
Okay.
I felt like you should put more effort in. I don't need to put any more effort in.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was just asking if anybody want to talk about theirs.
I got something to talk about.
There we go.
I'm literally the oldest one here, so I remember when Transformers, the comic book, first hit stands, and I had like issues 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a pretty cool thing, and then the toys came out, and the toys and all that. If I see another origin story about Transformers, I think I'm going to puke.
I don't know. Did we really see an origin story?
Well,
I mean, we had kind of in the cartoons.
Maybe not so much an origin story, but like a reboot. How many different times and ways do I have to see this?
Yeah, I really don't want to see young Optimus Prime and young Megatron. Like, that's stupid. They're robots. They don't age. They're not organic. What's the point of that?
I can answer that question.
Money.
Money.
Series 2 Optimus Prime. We has mirrors.
If they just would have done it right, the Generation 1, do computer animated version of the Generation 1 characters.
I mean, yeah.
There's your movie.
I mean,
They always make everybody younger or bring in the younger crowd for the new generation, man.
they really do.
I mean, how old were we when Transformers came out? And we were perfectly happy.
Old enough to know better? No, that's not right.
No, we fell right into that shit. Don't even lie.
We did. Between that and Voltron and Robotech and GoBots, yeah, we all fell into that shit.
We fell right into that. It was like, whoop.
Every ounce of it.
How many times, if you see one of those Transformers transform on screen, you're not going in your head,
Every fucking time.
That was a good sound. That was
pretty good.
But I kind of agree with that. I think Transformers kind of been done to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, here, I give it to you in the eyeballs of a 9-year-old when we went and saw whatever the last movie we saw as a family. They were that was one of the trailers for the Transformers Zero movie, and it's out now. Riley has watched every Transformer movie that we can possibly get hold of, on top of watching all of the cartoons, and he's still excited about this movie that's coming out.
Okay.
And so, in the eyes of a 9-year-old, to him, it's just another movie. Where I get it, we're adults, we've seen this 1,000 times. It's not. You're right. It's not interesting to me, but when you're right, Zach's right. It's about money, but it's also about keeping the younger generation involved. And we've talked about this, in previous episodes. It's about keeping the younger, generations involved and continuing those IPs and refreshing them so that younger kids and persons can continue to be interested in that IP.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but that means it's not
I
about
don't
me.
think it's necessary to make characters younger to to get a younger audience. Like, we were never like your Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, all of those. They didn't have little kids, and we weren't watching, cartoons full of little kids because that's all we were able to,
What was on, man?
to look and like, oh, I don't want
Okay, but to be fair, and I don't mean this in any mean way, shape, or form. I love Harrison Ford, but when episode 7 came out and everybody was all like, "Hooray, episode 7!" He got on the screen, and the first thing everybody thought was, "Fuck, he looks old." Everybody else in the movies, young and viral, vital and everything else like that. He comes on, and you're just like maybe we should hand it to the new generation.
I felt the same way about Kingdom Skull, the Indiana Jones flick. Not the last one, but the one prior.
I haven't watched the
Crystal
most recent
Skull.
one.
Crystal Skull. You're talking about
Yeah, I felt
something.
that way about Crystal Skull. Yeah.
Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
Dial Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. I actually kind of enjoyed Dial of Destiny, but yeah.
I certainly liked it better than Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Crystal Skull turned me off from watching Dial of Destiny. Like, I still have not seen it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of that taste in my mouth.
It's not the original 3, but it's better than Crystal Skull.
Right.
I guess that's praise.
That's praise.
But it
I don't know.
Same thing.
It's fun, but it's praise.
yeah. It does the same thing. It brings other people that haven't stepped into that IP, and gives them an opportunity to see something new. And most of them probably went, "Oh, thank God, this is the last one."
Right.
I gotta do another one of these.
Son of a shit.
From the grave.
All right. Cigar check. Where are we at?
I'm over half.
Yeah. Let's do it. Midway. Still midway. Yeah, Grip's still got a good bit. So for mine, it's gotten a little of the peppery taste that Zach was mentioning earlier. So I am catching that now. Before it was real smooth. I just tasted the tobacco, but now I do get the peppery taste to it. But it's not overpowering. It's not harsh at all. No film on my mouth so far, so positive there. Mine's burning right at not fast like y'all's are. I don't understand why y'all's is burning faster, but mine's pretty even burn. No runs or anything like that, so it's doing pretty good. Yeah. So how about you, Andy?
Well, I was writing my notes down while we were talking, and the burn has evened out, but it's still burning on just a smidge. Then again, I'm not talking as much as I usually talk. I'm smoking more, which is kind of nice. I get your point, Gibbs. The flavor has become more earthy for me. I taste a little bit of that pepper, but like on the retro, to me it's more of an earthy kind of flavor that's kicking around. But it's still burning well, and it's still got a great draw, and it's not getting hot. Let's see if I remember to take the band off.
Yeah. Billy, how about you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty much same as everybody else. It's it did pick up on the heaviness and pepper notes. So it's a little stronger in that respect, but it's still not overbearing. It's definitely no Camacho Triple Maduro, but
Not many things are.
no, but maybe a little bit on the retro hail. I caught just a little bit of like a gasoline smell.
Gasoline?
Yeah,
What did you dip that in before you lit it up?
I don't know.
Did you get it from a gas station?
Like overbearing. But
Did you pick that up at the Circle K, Billy?
yeah,
That explains it. Yeah, it's all fumes.
Actually, I did pick up at the gas station.
They use gasoline in the humidification system to
It enriches the flavor.
Ethanol.
It burns really fast.
To be fair, there's an awesome freaking cigar and vape shop at the gas station that carries just some of the coolest stuff that I don't get in a regular cigar shop. So to be honest, I did get at a gas station, but they keep their stuff up well.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's good gasoline.
It's a good gasoline. It's the less ethanol. It's the real gasoline here.
100%.
Full leaded. All right. How about you, Gribbles?
I'm down to a meh.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
So I was at a yeah, but now I'm down to a meh.
Well, that's kind of a downgrade, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
on my scale of responses, yes.
So we went from a 7 to a 5.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. How about you, Robert?
Well, it's still burning a little faster, and it's still burning uneven. But I am taking hints given by our fine group of fellas here, and I'm turning it, and it's starting to like burn a little evenly. Still no taste. I get none of that pepper or
No. Wow.
I don't. Sorry, just not there.
Well, I mean,
Takes
Well-
time to.
Nah, yeah, it's still doing good.
all right. Zach?
Little bit of a intensity kick, like Billy was saying. Still a little more pepper, like you all were saying. Also, that which is the thing I like, and his signature of Nicaraguan tobacco, I think. And I'm still getting a little bit of like a sweet, meaty thing. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's not beef. It's more porky, but it's enjoyable.
What's for dinner though?
So what you're saying is after this, you're gonna go for barbecue for dinner.
Maybe.
I've got barbecue on my mind all day.
Actually, just gonna go pop a couple of pickles and just finish that sandwich. All right. So, moving on with our big session. There was rumors that they were going to redo Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
No.
No,
No.
Wait, it gets worse. It gets worse.
But wait. Yes.
The lead is Kevin Hart.
No, it's not Kevin Hart. It's his, his better half, Dwayne "The Rock"
Oh
Johnson.
God. What?
No, God, no.
Yeah. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. Let's go.
Well, they had already said it. There was a greenlit back in 2018. But I don't know what happened. They couldn't get the cast right and everything, and then of course COVID hit, and it just kind of got pushed to the side. But it's resurfaced as they're going to try to do it again. They haven't released who's going to be cast in it, but I know The Rock is involved. So, and Kurt Russell actually signed off on it and said, "Yeah, go forth and be happy," but I'm not doing it.
Kurt Russell doesn't give shit.
I was gonna say he does not give a shit.
He don't care. He's like, "I did the good one, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters."
He's
No.
basically at that point in his career where he's just like back to Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford said he'd do Indiana Jones and Star Wars if they killed him off. Like, I just don't give a shit. It's a paycheck.
Yeah.
he needed maintenance on his airplane.
Right? D5 was a little squeaky.
How much is that bill? All right, let's greenlit Indiana Jones. Let's do this.
You said you had a 6 script? Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. Just do it.
That's another one of those like 80s movies. Like I don't see how you can remake that. And just like Goonies. I know they're talking about maybe trying to do something with Goonies.
Yeah.
There's a sequel.
Just let it be. Let it, or let, if they're going to do it in the Lost Boys. Those kind of all those movies just kind of fit right in that that spot in the '80s, but
Well, that you shouldn't touch it.
no.
Like, I
It's like
understand.
colorizing Casablanca. You just don't do it.
Yeah, me and Robert talked about that offline. There's certain movies in this world that you just can't do. Yes, you could probably do better as far as like special effects and bringing things up to date. Sure,
I mean,
but you couldn't touch the movie.
Big Trouble in Little China is not even that fantastic of a movie. It's really not.
No, but it's got the nostalgia
Right.
that's really strong with that film. That you don't want to see an updated version of it. You want to see that version, and for me, that version alone.
Yeah.
Right.
With the lightning.
I don't want to see anybody else playing Kurt Russell's part in that movie.
Especially the
I want
Rock.
to see an R-rated Gremlins remake.
They've been talking about doing a new Gremlins.
You want to see a Gremlins with titties? Is that what you're saying?
No, with ultimate violence. Like I want. Well, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Like a Friday the 13th movie or something like that, where they're like, "We're in the pool all by ourselves, June. Oh my God, what's that spiky haired thing?" And then gore.
You're a simple man, right?
I am a very simple man. I have very simple tastes. I don't need, anything fancy.
We know.
Just think about Big Trouble in Little China. Could you do that today with the woke crowd and everything like that? Because there is very cultural things that were wrong about that film.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna be the same thing, It would be changed to the point of, well, let's make it acceptable for modern audiences, and then it was like, well, okay, well, why are you even doing this movie? Because it's not Big Trouble in Little China anymore.
Yeah.
It'd be Big Trouble in Little Italy.
No.
Yeah, you're not nearly as offended about Italians being talked about, are you?
I mean, you got a fair point.
Big Trouble in the Bronx, maybe? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, in the Little Bronx.
See,
A
but
little bit of that.
it's more hipster community now, so
Ah, shit.
it's Big Trouble with bad haircut.
Big Trouble with men.
They're mansplaining how to deal with the situation as everybody's dying around them.
Canceled.
Canceled.
So yeah, and I don't know if Robert's going to say it, but he had a good one last night too that he talked about.
Is this one. They're wanting to remake, and still in rumors, Clue.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Do that without Tim Curry.
Right.
Thank you.
You know what their answer to that is?
Ryan Reynolds.
No, that's not the same.
But I was thinking about that too, okay? Tim Curry was a pivotal part of the movie. But it's the other cast and crew that played off each other and what he was doing that made the movie the movie. Okay? I don't know, everyone knows Ryan Reynolds is real big on ad-libbing.
Yeah.
On the spot, let's make this line, and let's make it work. Okay? I don't know that you can get a group of actors and actresses together and have them be able to do that the way that group did. I just can't think of a group of people that could do that.
Well, let's think about this. If you were going to build that group of people again, and you had Ryan Reynolds as, let's say, Mr. Body, right?
Okay.
Who do you think could riff off of him as well? Like, for me, it'd be the lady from Gilmore Girls, Lorelai. But she is great as fuck, and she is fast. And she could play off somebody and talk really damn fast. So I think she'd be good. And she could play Miss Peacock, or she could play Miss Scarlet pretty good.
I think you've got to throw Hugh Jackman in there, but just because of the dynamic between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but then they'll be flirting the entire time.
Which, in this case, might be a good thing. You never know.
A good thing.
I think the bromance translates well on screen. So
Hold on, wait a minute. That's actually brilliant because what is it, Mr. that wears glasses, and he was going to be accused of being gay, and that's
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green. He would be a good Mr. Green,
Yeah.
right? Because they could play that into it. So, all right, we got 3 of the characters that could possibly do it. I'm trying to get there, Robert. Hold on. Shit.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
Let me lift up my pants leg so I don't step into the bullshit.
We're getting there. It's so hard to figure out who would be Colonel Mustard. And Professor Plum. Because Christopher Lloyd was the first Professor Plum.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh,
To be Professor Plum.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. I mean, you know, once again, he's of the age where he's probably just fucking kill me off if we do this, but you know, he's still pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome, but they have to do a lot of running in that film.
Oh,
Maybe
Maybe in
get
this-
around.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe in this one he has a scooter.
Accessibility scooter.
From
What's the guy's name in the German guy in Django?
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty. He's funny actually. Like super dry, but he's very funny and very intense.
He could do any of those characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he could pull off a Professor Plum
Yeah.
like really easy. Okay. We're starting to get it. We're starting getting.
Throw Samuel L. Jackson in there just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Well, because you just need a motherfucker in there. I mean,
Yeah.
Which one of these motherfuckers killed this man?
there you go.
He can play Mr. Bob.
Yeah, he could play Mr. Body.
Let me tell y'all how this would go.
Motherfuckers, it wasn't me.
I think they could do it, but will it be as
Say
good?
1 + 2 + 2 + 1 one more time.
Of course, it's not going to be. They have to do their own thing. That change the story. They wouldn't be able to just do the same thing.
Right.
You know, they have to change it up a little bit just because. I mean, every time you play Clue, it's a different person, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
To me, that would be the only thing that does save it, but I wouldn't call it Clue. I would put it under a different name, and then at the bottom, like I was telling Ben last time, Clue Story.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
that it was called Solo, a Star Wars story.
Well, that one was riddled with problems from the beginning, so. Poor soul. I thought it was good.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't like Rogue One excellent standalone story, but it was still.
Man, I wish it was Rogue One good. They would.
Yeah,
Had it that they were going to make that into the next series.
They did say they did think about making that a series at one point. Yeah.
I wish they had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
And
good.
you could have built off of
The right people.
the post-credit scene
Yep.
with Maul and
with Kira, and yep.
yeah.
Now, rumor has it
Who's I?
that they're in production or in pre-production. Donald Glover, Linda,
Yeah.
and his brother writing a treatment for a Lando Calrissian story.
They've done that. Like,
No, like a series of movies.
yeah. It's been in the works for like ages.
Yeah, they've been on hold after Solo kind of crashed in the theaters.
Yeah.
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 Well, I heard that. Like I said, I don't know how long it was, like in the last 6 months, that him and his brother's production company had started the prequel. Like, I don't know where they are now, but
Can we just do the real sequel trilogy and pretend that the other one didn't happen? So we can get, Luke and Mara Jade?
Mary Jade.
Yeah.
So I read an article today. It was an interview with Timothy Zahn talking about Heir to the Empire, and the question was posed to Zahn, and I think he was at Comic-Con or Dragon Con this year, And,
Yeah, he's a regular at Dragon Con.
he said, yeah, as far as I know, George Lucas liked it because the Christmas shortly after the book was published, he gave it out to everybody as a Christmas present. And he said a few years later, the only things that he had heard in criticism from George Lucas was he didn't like Mara Jade or the Salamari, the force blocking critters.
Yeah.
But outside of that it was a really good story.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us want to see Mara Jade on screen, and I don't know that that'll happen. But with Dave Filoni at the helm, it's possible.
Karen Gillan would be a good Mara Jade.
Yes, she would. Oh,
Yep.
sorry, did I say that too fast?
Way too fast.
Whoops.
Dial it back 10%.
Don't get Andy in the negotiating room.
It's gotta happen, guys. Gotta happen. Half the Disney budget just went to.
Right? Make that shit happen. Also in reading, I read, I guess last night, speaking of rumors and shit, Spaceballs 2.
I saw something.
I heard something about that. What did you say?
With, that Mel Brooks is a part of, is giving it the okay and is helping with the script, and that Josh Gad is currently the leading cast. And I don't remember who I read was directing it. I'm drawing a blank. That was more than 4 hours ago.
Well, I know Mel Brooks can't direct it. He just physically can't.
Yeah.
Well, he's 98.
Mel Brooks movie Justice now, though.
Well, here's my problem with that.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, Mel Brooks can fucking do it, but
Yeah.
History of the World Part 2.
I was just gonna ask who's watched it.
I watched it, and I hated it. It's not a Mel Brooks production to me.
It felt watered down.
It was way watered down, way too PC. You know, it wasn't edgy as he was, and that's what really hurt my heart when I saw it. Because I'm like, this just isn't Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks didn't care.
Right.
He made fun of the bullshit.
Everything and everybody.
Yeah, he made
All
fun
of-
of everybody, and he did it in a fun way. But that was just the way through, and that's what really scares me about Spaceballs 2. It's going to be watered down. It's going to not be as edgy. I mean, and I understand it's not PC these days to do a lot of stuff that he did.
I think if they actually just went ahead and said, fuck it, let's just do it the way we want to do it, they would do fine. I think there would be people that would complain, but there's always people that are going to complain.
Yeah, there's gonna be
But it would make a shit ton of money if people got the word out that, wow, they really didn't hold back, and they went for it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure one of the major studios would be willing to sign off on something like that. They're everything's so like watered down and
Yeah.
like
That's the problem with Hollywood now. Everybody wants to take the chances.
They're just scared to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's what,
Fit on the Deja Redo.
That's why comedies are in the state that they are now. There's basically no real comedies. Everything is just kind of like, we're going to add a little bit of, we're going to pepper some comedy into an action movie. Or we're going to pepper a little comedy into this romantic comedy or whatever. And it's just like half-assed. And there's no like real full force, comedy movie that's coming out like, or, on the regular. Like back even in the early 2000s, it was always something. Every year there was some big comedy coming out and everybody was excited for it. Even all the way up to like the Hangover series. That was pretty good. But, it kind of got shitty towards like the third one, I think. But,
they were stretching it out.
even the Hot Tub Time Machine. Those are like the last few I remember kind of like they didn't really give a shit too much about, appeasing people.
yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
No, you have to go to stand up for that now.
Apparently, yeah.
They're afraid. They're really afraid of cancel culture.
That's what I'm saying. All the stand-up routines, they don't give a shit, and they do just fine. They make a ton of money. So why are they so afraid?
I don't know. It's just it's kind of funny that they're pushing an agenda of all this stuff, like let voices be heard, except for that one,
Right.
Right.
because it opposes what we say.
Yeah. That's the way it
It
is.
makes no damn sense. But that's what scares me about Spaceballs. It can't. I don't think it can be its true self.
That's why I don't want any of these movies to be remade unless somebody can assure that no, we're not going to hold back. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to pay homage to the original. We're going to do a good sequel. Otherwise, just leave it alone.
Yeah, I wish there was like a current generation version of Tommy Boy or something like that. Something that was just like so funny and I think still holds up. The last time I watched it, I was laughing hysterically. That's just
Because that
silly.
was actually funny.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Sandler and his friends, I mean, they still make movies, but they don't really give a shit anymore. They just kind of like, let's just make a movie. Okay. It makes movies so they can hang out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. He doesn't actually make movies to, be funny anymore. I don't
Happy Gilmore too.
Well, they were talking about that, right?
No, they're doing.
Yep.
They're doing.
Are they?
Is it Netflix is putting it out?
I think so.
It's a Netflix exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Netflix that put it out, but they're doing it. I don't know how well it's going to be, but I'm going to watch it.
Those guys can be funny. They,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have.
And I honestly think Happy Gilmore is one of those. It's kind of one of those safer comedies. There's less chance of it getting hit by cancel culture because even the first one wasn't like edgy or anything that was so over the top that
It was just.
cancel culture would go after.
It's just ridiculous slapstick
Yeah.
comedy,
Yeah.
You don't even
I
have
wonder who
that.
they get to play Richard Kiel, though.
Or
Bob Barker.
or Chubbs. Well, Chubbs already passed on, but
R.I.P. Carl.
yeah, R.I.P. Carl.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah.
It would be funny if they had somebody that was Richard Kiel's character that still had like a fucking nail in his head 20 years later or 30 years later, how long it's been.
Yeah.
Can't have what's his name in the movie either.
Bob Barker, Carl Weathers.
The guy with the what's his name?
That guy.
He didn't have the hand.
That guy.
He didn't
Carl
have-
Weathers.
Oh, that was Chubbs. Okay, I couldn't-
Chubbs, yeah.
Chubbs. Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the actor.
Yeah. But Chubbs died in the first one, so
Yeah, they could CG him in.
They did it. They did it for Tarkin. Why not?
Yeah.
why not? But yeah, it's sad, but I think the PC movement has ruined a lot of the comedies that we could see. But
I really think all that's to a boiling point right now, though. We're going to see some spillover and finally get some fucking movies that are worth a damn. I think we're like right at the cusp.
well, I think it's going to start off. There's going to be an indie movie, and there's going to be an indie
Yep.
movement about it. There's going to be these low budget films that finally was like, you know what? Let's just go against the grain.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to sign this deal. Nobody wants to do this film.
Right.
Out ourselves.
Well, it's not like these big actors don't have enough fucking money to create their own production studios and do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
If 50 Cent can do it in Shreveport,
Fair point.
Good old fitting.
But who knows? Who knows how that's going to go? But there's another rumor I did hear about. I don't know if anybody's interested in it.
Nope.
Okay. Well, good talk.
this is a documentary.
Kids.
Come on.
They're thinking about doing an Ace Ventura 3.
No.
Oh, with Jim Carrey or someone else?
Well, supposedly Jim Carrey said that he would be willing to do it.
That's peak Jim Carrey, though. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he proved that he could still do that kind of acting with Robotnik in the Sonic movies, which one of the best parts of those movies.
Yeah, I think Robotnik was definitely a really key role in in the Sonic films, and that's one of the reasons I liked watching it. Was his acting in it.
But
I still haven't watched the second one.
I haven't watched any of them. Are they good?
Oh man, the first one was good.
It's going to be a Knuckles or
no, Shadow.
Shadow. That's it. Shadow's
Okay.
coming.
And Shadow's going to be voiced by Keanu Reeves.
What?
I know running.
Whoa, dude.
We really got to get off Keanu Reeves about that because he hasn't done that in a while.
It doesn't matter if he's
He hasn't done much of it.
voice. He just
He's
talks
had
like
like 10 lines in each one of the John Wick movies.
I know, but those 10 lines are amazing.
the last. What was the last one that came out? Not Parabellum. What was the one after that?
John Wick 4?
There was no.
Yeah, it's just John
The
Wick 4.
Re-Wickening?
His his lines in that were just so damn generic. Like they were throwaway. Like he didn't even have to talk in that movie. Really.
He just had to kick ass like he fucking did. That's all he had to do in that game.
Well, and even in maybe it was Parabellum. Was Parabellum one that shut down the hotel
Yeah.
Yes.
where they go in the basement and then, into the vault and he goes, guns. We're gonna need guns.
Lots of guns.
No, that
Lots
was
of good.
3. That was 2.
Are you sure that wasn't the Matrix?
Let's be honest.
It was
That's
both.
all.
And, even better is he should have taken him to the guns and it should have been like, whoa, those are guns. Whoa.
Whoa, buffet style.
You know who we need
I know
to
Kung
save
Fu.
the universe? Wild Stallions.
They CGI in George Carlin.
Oh,
Mr. Rufus.
if only George Carlin was still alive today, he would say this
God, yes.
Oh,
I'd
he'd say all kinds of.
Carlin to be president. I'm not gonna lie.
in a heartbeat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fill in every time. George Carlin.
God.
We've contacted him every election for the last decade. We keep telling him George Carlin's dead, but he's like, I'm gonna write it in anyways.
Oh, he's there.
Right.
He's there.
That's
Stop
happening.
me, Carlin.
And what are your political views on the International Trading Commission? Brains.
His answer's been the same for every topic, but damn, is it a strong answer?
He's consistent. You can count on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
didn't
going to follow
advance
through with
question
his
at all.
plan.
You were right there for it. The answer is always brains.
Yes, I agree. We do need more, more intelligent people to be able to work on these issues. Do you agree? Right.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm always slightly concerned right now that, we're going to see Carlin in heaven or wherever. He's going to flash back to this episode and be like, oh, yeah, no, talking about me eating brains, huh?
You think he's a Futurama style head in a jar now, or
Oh, God, I hope so.
hanging out with
Like,
that?
you know how they keep saying that The Simpsons predicted the future like 100
Several
times at
times.
this point?
Yeah.
Several times. I want Futurama to be right about heads in the jar.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a head in a jar.
I wouldn't want to be one, but at the same time, like Nixon, he's perfect in Futurama because he's the perfect head in a jar. Like, I talked to him.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Nixon? It's terrible.
Don't send him to the hotel, it's a trap.
Goddamn commies.
I'm not a crook.
Yeah, so I do hope that Futurama head in the jar is the thing one day. I think.
We will never know.
No,
But
no, it's not going to be in our lifetime, but
keeping on the Keanu Reeves and John Wick. There's a new John Wick.
Ballerina.
Ballerina.
Anna de Armas.
It's a John Wick story. It's basically John Wick's backstory.
Oh, okay.
You get the whole story behind why, the ballerina company.
How he became.
Why the Russian dancing company is.
Dancing company. So that's coming out.
Interesting.
That's big, but
I'll watch it, but that's mostly because of Anna de Armas. But
Yes.
I think I'm done.
you think you're done with John Wick? Really?
Yeah, I think I'm done.
4 was a little.
It's
One was one of my favorite action movies, and I watched it on repeat for months. The second one was pretty good. The third one was okay. Like, they were kind of stretching at that point, and then like by the last half of the fourth one was just a nod to the fucking Warriors. Like, it wasn't even its own original movie.
Shit to the Warriors?
Yeah, to the Warriors. Where she's doing the radio thing, it's like, oh yeah, John Wick's coming out to find these people, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's a Warriors reference.
Well, they kind of did that in the other ones too. The radio fallout.
I kind of dig the John Wick movies because they're kind of like a American interpretation of a kung fu movie.
Yes.
And it's not about like a deep story. It's about the fights, and the fights are pretty epic.
Choreography, yeah. And if you're watching, exclusively for that, then they're all great.
Yeah, but they have top notch choreography.
Yeah.
And this is the reason they got that is because they have the same group. I think it's the Agent 86 or some
Thunder
number.
Road.
No, was it Thunder Road?
Thunder Road.
I don't know this.
Company for John Wick.
Yeah, the production company. I'm talking about the actual choreography.
Stunt team.
Yeah, the stunt team. They have the same one, every single one, so they have the right style.
Yeah.
And the way they did it, and of course, Keanu Reeves, before he goes into a John Wick film, he goes out and does his target practice and stuff. And he gets on the the SWAT.
It is highly intense about it. From what I've read and heard.
Like they said, he
That
invented
video was awesome.
this quick reload method. The way he does it.
Oh yeah, that's his thing.
People are using that now.
Yeah,
I was like,
The quick reload.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I saw how he did it. He kind of like just knocked it out and just put the new one in.
Yeah, it's like
I was like, how the fuck did he do that? And it was fucking quick. And he invented that. He was just trying to find a cooler way of doing it, and inadvertently found a quicker way for them to reload and keep going.
it's like they use those in competitions.
Yeah.
That guy that he trains with, Terran Tactical. He's like he obviously trains a lot of Hollywood people. That's kind of what he's become popular for. But he's a competition shooter that is, has been in the top 3 in the world several times. He's very good.
I'm calling it. John Wick 5. The Turkish guy from the He's the new hitman.
He's the new hitman that John Wick's trying to defeat. He's standing on a rooftop, one hand in his pocket.
2,000 yards.
2,000 yards, nails John Wick in the shoulder.
Yes.
Oh.
With a 22 pellet rifle. Or pellet rifle.
Does it?
Whoa.
I bet you shoot me from so far away. This is bullshit. It's bullshit. These games.
I missed because I farted.
You need scope, but you need eyepiece? Bullshit.
Why you miss so much? I just shoot and hit the target.
I gotta just do this.
I saw a meme about him. It was like, I have my hand in my pocket to keep Cookie warm. So I win competition. I eat my warm cookie.
I really hope that's the kind of personality that guy has.
It's like Napoleon Dynamite and his tater tots.
Exactly. Like,
Give me
that's
some
my
of your
I get a cookie. All right, so I think it's about time to review these. Well, I'm sorry. Consistent smoke all the way through. The heavy pepper is still there, but it didn't intensify anymore after about halfway through. So it just kind of stayed consistent the whole time. No burn issues whatsoever on mine. Didn't even have to touch it up. Even with all the talking we've been doing, I hadn't had to touch it up once.
Nice.
So it's been a good stick. It's one I would definitely pick up again. And I wouldn't mind having one on hand, to be honest with you. So as far as a rating goes, I'm going to have to, I'm probably just going to give it a 4, because there are sticks that I would definitely want to smoke ahead of this one. But I'm not mad at it. It's been a good smoke, so I'm probably going to give it a 4. How about you, Andy?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm still all your words and use those. I had to touch mine up just a little bit. Other than a little, no real burn issues. It burned uneven to start with, but it finally evened out. It stayed even since. It's really had a good draw on it. It's not been difficult to smoke, and I've smoked, I've been puffing on it kind of consistently since I haven't done a whole lot of talking this episode. I got maybe about an inch of it left, and yeah, it's been good. It's been consistent. You're right. The intensity picked up a little bit past halfway. So I'd probably mark it more of as a medium full cigar. Rating it probably a 3.5, because it's something. It's a cigar that I enjoyed, but there's other things I'd rather smoke. But if I saw one in the shop and I was being, just kind of nonchalant about what I wanted to smoke, I'd probably pick one up. Hoya makes a lot of great cigars in general. I think I like the red line a little bit more than I like this one. But other than that, yeah, 3.5. It's good smoke.
It's fair. How about you, Billy?
I got to kind of echo the same things everybody else is saying. The only thing I would say is that after I kind of hit the halfway point, when the pepper started to pick up, after a while, that kind of went away a little bit. It's kind of mellowed out a little bit. So the pepper notes are still there, but they're kind of mixing with the rest of the flavors. And I really can't pick out any one specific thing that kind of, is outstanding as far as like one flavor note over another. But yeah, really consistent. Yep. It burned great. Maybe had to touch it up one time. Yeah, I think I'd give it. I'm going to go kind of halfway between you guys. I'd do 3.75.
Okay. That's fair too. All right, Graham. How's your man?
Man. And man. Yeah. 3.75.
3.75, man. Okay. I mean, great.
I mean, you feel the way you feel.
Roberto?
I'm going to go 4. Film in the mouth. Did not burn even. Just, touch it up, but honestly, it would have burned. It would have kept burning even if I did. I liked it. It was good input, good output. I would definitely smoke it again.
What would you rate it? 4. Oh, that's right. You said 4. Go ahead.
You just don't listen.
I try not to listen to you with your cardamom and shit. All right, so I said it before you could say it. Yes. Stole your goddamn thunder. All right, Zach.
I did have to touch mine up a little bit, but like Robert was saying, it probably would have been fine if I didn't. it had a little bit that was not burnt, and I just lit it so it would even out, and it has evened out pretty good. I did get a little more pepper, which I tend to like. Still getting like kind of a sweetie meatness thing going on, which there's got to be a better word for it than that. I'll work on that.
Pork rinds.
Almost pork rinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like barbecue pork rinds. Yeah, that's a good reference on it. I like that. It wasn't like I've had cigars before where I'm having a hard time listening to you guys because they're so good. This one's not bad, but it's good. So if I'm gonna give it a number, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 leaves. I would probably pick this up. There are things I know that I would pick up before it, but it's a good Nicaraguan cigar to me, which is usually a win. And I would say, not exceptional, but a little better than average. And the average for that we tend to smoke is good. I mean, like those are a 3. When I give something a 3, that's still a good cigar. That's not there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's in the middle. Not except.
Yep.
Well, 2.5 being average, if you're looking at it like that.
But
Yeah, 2.5 is low balling it for me at that point. Though, like at that point, I'm not enjoying a cigar.
Yeah, anything less than 3, I kind of feel is less good.
But I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, it's one of those. It's not necessarily a go-to cigar, but it's not one that I would steer away from buying either, though.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have a hard time recommending it either. I don't think it's like over the top in intensity, although the intensity did pick up a little bit. But I think like a newer smoker wouldn't be like overly challenging to them.
Yeah, and I would probably put that into the what would you suggest for a new smoker? This would be a good one for them. It is it's a heavier cigar, but it's not one that's going to put them on their butt.
Yeah,
right.
So it would be like, if you want a full body, medium to full body taste, this has got it. It's got it right there. So try it.
Yeah, and I think it's a good example of Nicaraguan kind of flavor profile. Although I would probably go with an Aganorsa over this, but
it's not the lunatic.
It's not the lunatic too much.
Not that particularly. So, I think we're going to wrap up this episode. Big thanks to Penny's Publick House.
Penny's Publick?
Yeah.
For supplying us with our cigars, especially this one. Check out Penny's Publick House online. They are getting things up and running. The store's going to be open soon.
Yep.
So hopefully they'll get the mail service going again. So maybe you can get on their mail list. And when I say their mail list, their box. Penny used to do a box every month, and we're trying to talk her into doing more boxes, but we're also trying to talk her into doing a leaf cutters box as well. So that might be coming down the pipe. So where you can get some of our favorite cigars that we've rated pretty highly. And we're talking like 4.5 and above. We're going to try to get into the box. So look forward to that in the future and help support Penny's Publick House. If you go there right now, they have a lot of cigars that you can't find anywhere right now. And it's ridiculous, the stuff that she has.
The rare pink.
Yeah, like she has the rare pinks on there, which we discussed ultra rares.
Yeah, I guess for my birthdays, folks actually bought cigars from Penny and had them shipped to me. I got a 4-pack of Muats, which were Drew Estates, that I haven't seen in a long while. And somebody else got me the Fuente Toast Across America from 2023.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So, shout out to the folks that got me those.
See?
Miguel and,
Good.
I got you a thumbs up.
I appreciate
I
it.
feel like that was good.
It was maybe a little generous.
They were delicious.
I could have done the Zangief thing from Street Fighter,
Oh, I had a question. I didn't have a chance to look it up. Is this part of the Drew Estates line, or are they their
It
own?
might be now, but
Okay.
I don't recall.
Oh yeah, they.
I'm not sure. I just, for some reason, it was pinging in my brain that it might have been one of their.
Both things.
I think they're still their own. Before go ahead and blow us up in the comments. I won't be offended.
Yeah, audience members, answer the question. We're too lazy to look it up.
I'm looking it up now. I'm not lazy.
I'm doing it now.
Oh,
Yeah, most of the time Drew Estates likes to put Drew Estates on somewhere on your packaging.
No, they're still Joya De Nicaragua.
okay.
Yeah. So
55 plus years old.
anyway,
Until it's
Right.
not wrong.
feel like
would-
you ignorant fucks.
It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong.
And gosh darn, it's not going to be the last.
No, planning on doing it later.
I've hit my quota for wrong, so now I'm good. I'm right at all times.
I'm not surprised by that statement.
No.
See?
That's a full-on grip statement right there.
It is. It is.
And so on that note, I think I'm going to say good night.
Good night.
Good night.